You're listening to KTST-FM. I'm Alan, and this is the Secret City Geek Lab. I don't know about you, big Disney fan, love Disney. Not recently, a long time ago, back in, I believe, 95, I had my first chance to go to Walt Disney World on a company trip, and I stayed at the Yacht and Beach Club resort there. And if you're like any Disney geek, Walt Disney World is your mecca of existence. It's the place you go to before you die. And fortunately, I was able to go there when I was, in my late 20s. It's that pinnacle. It's the Disney thing that's on your bucket list. You've got to get to Walt Disney World. And since then, because of my company, was able to go there almost every year, multiple times during the year. And when gas prices were a lot better, it didn't really cost a lot to get out there. I love Disney World, and I love the Yacht and Beach Club. Here's a little funny story. While I was staying there, I had a great time as always, and I was getting ready to leave. The valets had gotten my car, and I'm taking my baggage, my luggage, into the trunk of the car. Now, this year is during the election year of George Bush versus Al Gore, and I noticed that there was my car waiting for me right in the front, and there were all these black limos and what looked like to be Secret Service agents at that time. And what was really weird was the fact that no one was moving and no one was doing anything. It was just me, my car, and everyone in their limos, their black stretches, in their Secret Service garb. They were just staring at me. So I'm just loading my luggage into my car, doing it very meticulously, and just getting the strange feeling that people are staring at me, which they were. Again, nothing. It was just me. I was the only person moving this entire time. So I close the trunk, I get into the front seat of my rental, and I pull out, and then all of a sudden, all these cars just spring to life, as if they were just waiting for me to not get in the way of whoever was being, whatever government official was there. If I were to guess, because I was in Florida and Jeb Bush was governor at that time, it had to probably be someone who was related to the Bush campaign. And I'll just take a wild stab and I'll say it was Dick Cheney. I could be wrong, but it could be Dick Cheney. Well, let's talk a little bit about the Yacht and Beach Club. It's one of these luxury resorts. They call it a deluxe resort, which is in between your value resorts, which is like the all-star hotels, which is basically a bed, a bath, and that's it. In this one, we had two queen beds. It was all nautical themed. Had a little computer workstation. Had this amazing bathroom. Had speakers in the bathroom, so you could listen to the television while you're using the bathroom. Nice mini bar, which was incredibly expensive. I believe I spent $4 on some M&Ms and $5 on a can of soda. Love the Yacht and Beach Club. It's not quite maybe the Grand Floridian, but if you want some good luxury living, check out the Yacht and Beach Club. It is settled right in between EPCOT and the Disney MGM Studios or Disney Hollywood Studios. The closest resort next to it is the Swan and Dolphin. Let's talk about the swimming pool. You mentioned in the little clip that we had, it's a 2-acre pool, sand on the bottom, nice and warm, or I would say that the pool is just perfect for Florida weather. Florida tends to be very humid and muggy. You just want to get wet and have some fun. There's a lazy river trail so that you can just kind of soak while the river takes you around, and there's a cute little water slide. Nothing special, but love the theming on it. The proximity I mentioned to EPCOT, it's in within walking distance of EPCOT. There are also boats that will take you to the Hollywood studio. I was able to rent, I think they called them Sparrows at the time, but it's a 2-person motorboat, and my wife and I were able to get on there and just drive this boat all throughout that lake. And not only that, we took it all the way down to EPCOT, took it all the way to Disney Hollywood Studio, and it was a really reasonable price for the 2 hours that we had it. Also, whenever I'm at Walt Disney World, I go to this restaurant all the time. It's never miss. It's the Cape May Cafe. It's their clam bake buffet. And there's really one reason I go there, and that's for the clams. They have clams, clams, clams. I love clams. There's just an endless supply of clams. Clarified butter. Tastes wonderful. Oh yes, my mouth waters just thinking about it. And there's also seafood and other stuff. Prime rib for my wife, who doesn't like seafood. But Cape May, that's at the beach club. If you're into seafood and want to have a great place to eat, Cape May Cafe.